Hello and welcome to Blue Army TV. I'm sitting here after Carlisle have just beat Bradford City away from home in the EFL League 2, moving Carlisle up to 4th with yet another win. And it's another goal for Reece Bennett. 3 in 4 games, he's trying to rival John Mellish's record. And my God, do we need to get him signed up. What an absolute player he is. What a good player he has, and what a good, not just goal scoring record, but defensive record he has at the moment as well. It's a clean sheet away from home. And not just that, but Bradford had no shots on target today, according to the stats, and only 6 shots overall. Now, compare that to our 20 shots and 9 on target. We really threatened them a lot more than they threatened us. Their keeper kept them in the game. I personally think it could have been 3 or 4-0 if it weren't for the absolute brilliance of that Bradford keeper today. He's definitely their man of the match, 100%. Obviously, Amadi Patrick played well. He had a few shots, obviously against his own club. Danny Devine had one good shot that I thought was going in, but obviously just wide. Obviously against his old club. There are 5 current ex-Bradford players in the Carlisle United squad this season. Obviously Guy would have played against them, having played for them on loan once upon a time, but he was suspended. And speaking of another ex-Bradford player that came in as his understudy today, Dean Furman, South Africa captain at one point, and also Bradford player in the past. Obviously when Bradford were a lot higher up the Football League, but he had a really good performance against his old team today. And I think Callum Guy will get his spot back when he comes back from suspension, he's really made it a lot harder with Dean Furman's performance today. I thought he stood out as a really good player. Tanner had a shaky first 10 minutes, but apart from that he was his usual superb self. Aaron Hayden played well. Reece Bennett, my man of the match, obviously the goal scorer and his just defensive brilliance. Luis Alessandra, with the goal scorer last season, he played well today as well. He's just a good all-round player. I don't know if I'd call him a striker. He seems more like a number 10 to me, almost like a Bobby Firmino type player. But obviously probably not of the same calibre. But nonetheless, he's a good professional, and I think he just looked great today. Josh Coyote, a little bit quiet, but did what he needed to. I don't know who got the assist for Reece Bennett's goal. I think it was a touch off of a free kick on him. I think it was maybe one centre back keying up the other there, to be honest with you. But Nick Anderton at left back, he hasn't had a very good few games, but today I think he was absolutely superb. A lot better than he has been, especially last week, and especially against Doncaster, where I thought he struggled a lot. But Nick Anderton, what a game he had. He's just a good player, and he showed that he does deserve to be the captain of this team. He played well. Farman in nets didn't have anything to do. He had no shots on target. He came for balls when he needed to. He left one that I thought he should have come for, but it didn't really come to anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Obviously the midfield 3, Mellish, I've spoke about Furman and Danny Devine. Danny Devine put in another good performance, and it's really showing the good, positive competition we've got in the midfield at the moment this year. Whereas last week it was, the midfield picks itself because they're the only 3 good midfielders we have this season. We've got a vast array of talented midfielders. John Mellish, another game without a goal, but I think he played well nonetheless. But it wasn't the best we've played all season, not by a long shot, but they're the kind of games you need where you don't play your best football but you still win, and they're the games that are what decides teams from mid-table to promotion winning sides. When you're not playing well, we still win games, and that was a big importance today. Obviously, Gimme Toure came on. He looked alright. He had one good breakaway chance, took it round the keeper, but didn't cut it back for some reason. I think he probably could have done better there. He took a really heavy first touch. I think he was going to shoot first time if he'd have got a better touch, but he didn't. Gimme Toure, he's just, if he's not getting into your starting 11, then it just shows how good your actual team is. I think he was really powerful off the bench, and having that kind of player in our squad helps massively. Sorry about that. Joe Riley came on in the last 2 minutes. I don't think he had much time, and he didn't have enough time to make an impact. So yeah, everyone played well. Everyone played at least above average today. Obviously, we got the 3 points, and that's all that matters away from home. Putting Bradford just in the playoff, just in the relegation zone on goal difference, and takes us just outside the automatic places on goal difference, which is where we need to be. It's where we need to be at this point in the season. It was obviously Keith Curle's famous saying, the 16 game mark, which we're at now, is where you'd start to see the table form out. Well, that's what Keith Curle thinks anyways. I personally believe it's 10 games, but in the words of Keith Curle, we should be going up this season, or at least coming very close. But yeah, obviously, I just, you love to see the team playing well, and that's, we're winning week in, week out. We've got what should be an easy game, although no games are easy in League 2, as you should probably know. Stevenage obviously came bottom of the table last season, the first team to come bottom of the table and not get relegated, although they were also the first team to come top of the conference and not get promoted so many years ago. We've played pretty much the top four now. We've got Forest Green to play in a few weeks, but we always seem to play well against them, so I'm more scared of Stevenage than I am scared of Forest Green, to be perfectly honest with you. I remember we beat Stevenage even when Stephen Presley was in charge. Obviously, Paul Farman coming up against his old team in Stevenage. I think we probably should be winning that one, considering it is at home. I'll be there. I remember 3-2 last season it finished to Carlisle. It was a difficult match, but I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we've got some easy fixtures coming up next, and that's where we need to be just getting this game and the next two. I thought 7 points should be what we're aiming for from them 3 games. Now we've picked up the 3. If we can get 9 points, that may put us top of the table. From these 3 games, 9 points would put us out anyways. But it just shows last season what it was is we would play well against some of the big teams, and that would be enough for Stephen Presley to say that his team were progressing. But then he would go and get a draw to Yeovil or something stupid like that. And that's where Chris Beach seems to be improving this season, is we're beating the top teams and we're beating the bottom teams as well, and not being intimidated by their grittiness, because it was today. It was a tough game. It was really gritty. There was no really pretty football played in this game at all, really. But we won, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. 3 points in the bag away from home at Bradford, who I thought would be up there at the top of the table. Obviously hasn't worked out for them. You showed me at the start of the season, would you take 3 points from this game? Of course I would. I'd take a 1-0 win any day of the week. But look, I'm thinking I'm going to leave it there. Good 3 points, good result, good league position. So yeah, in a bit.